Nahau, poso mauni wiak. Today, let's talk about TA verbs or transitive animate verbs. This is a class of verbs that requires an animate object, or, for example, requires action onto an animate object. And we've seen this in the TPR demonstration. If you look at the words below here, you'll notice the word inohin. And if you can recall, we use the word inohin with metic, and it effectively means point at him, her, or it animate. Another word that we've seen in the TPR curriculum as a TA verb is chetnapomen, which means look at him, her, it animate. So these are some examples of some of the TA commands that we've seen in TPR. Now let's take a look at what is referred to as the lexical form or third person singular independent form. You take a look at the first one here, or a kechkanekut, and you'll see the word pakamau. Pakamau means he or she hits, strikes, him, her, or it animate. We like to call that third person to third person. He, she hits, him, her, it animate. Going down the list now, inohau, passanau, wapanau, oxicanau, nanau, okemau, isitoau, natamoau. So that's how to pronounce those words, and just to keep in mind that each of those means he or she does that action onto him or her. So now what we're going to do is take that information of third person acting on third person, and then we're going to navigate the other 6 singular functions of the TA verb. For those of you that aren't familiar with this, the TA class of verbs requires 7 singular actions. That is to say, he or she acts on him or her, I act on you, you act on me, he or she acts on me, I act on him or her, you act on him or her, he or she acts on you. We've got particular suffixes and prefixes to make sure that we know who's being spoken about. In this presentation, we are going to focus on the suffixes, just going to make it easier to consume this information on the first pass. So for example, as you can see, the blank preceding the suffix is going to require the root word to be placed in there minus the suffix, which is effectively AEW on these TA verbs. So we're going to take the AEW off the word pakamau, and then it's going to sit as pakam. Doesn't really mean anything like that, but if we add the suffix en, now we're saying pakamen, and that is a command to strike someone, and it also means I strike you. Now we take that same pakam and we now put it in the you act on me verb, or pakamim. Now I'm saying you hit me, you struck me. And again, take that same piece of that word and put it into the he, she acts on me, pakamic, he or she struck me. Now we're looking at I onto him or her, pakamau, I struck him or her. And again, pakamau doubles for you struck him or her. Pakamic again means he, she struck you. When we add our prefixes, it's going to solidify who's acting on who. However, it requires an additional rule that we're going to save for later. So what I would like you to do now is to take another verb example from the top and write out the 6 other singular forms that we just went through with this new verb. And then I would like you to take time to reflect on your learning journey to this point and start trying to put together some basic sentences and maybe some short paragraphs, trying to make sense of all of the words and new rules that you're coming upon in this curriculum. If you guys do tune into a Zoom session on Tuesday or Thursday night at 8 p.m., we go through some of these things, and you might be able to see if your examples are making sense or ask any questions that you might have. Waiwanan kitana ni mua, netano e makanuk ine. So if you guys are liking what you're seeing and you want to see more, you can visit us at our website, menominiu.org, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Netano e makanuk ine.